A reported US missile strike near a remote Nigerian village has drawn international attention, prompting renewed discussion about America's global counterterrorism mission and its commitment to minimizing civilian harm. US officials stated that the operation was part of a broader effort to dismantle extremist networks operating in parts of West Africa that threaten regional stability, local populations, and international security. According to defense sources, the strike targeted a high-value militant position linked to an armed group responsible for attacks on civilians, Nigerian security forces, and humanitarian workers. These groups have destabilized rural areas for years, forcing families to flee their homes and disrupting education, healthcare, and food supplies. The United States has long partnered with Nigeria to help counter such threats through intelligence sharing, training, and limited, highly targeted military actions. Under President Donald Trump's leadership, U.S. military strategy emphasized precision, strength, and deterrence. Trump consistently argued that extremist organizations must be confronted decisively before they grow powerful enough to carry out large-scale attacks beyond their regions. Supporters say this approach helped weaken terror networks while sending a clear message that the United States would not allow violent groups to operate with impunity. The U.S. Army and its joint forces highlighted that modern American military operations rely heavily on advanced surveillance, real-time intelligence, and precision-guided systems designed to reduce unintended damage. Pentagon officials reiterated that protecting innocent lives remains a core principle of U.S. military doctrine. Any credible reports of civilian impact are taken seriously and reviewed through established investigative procedures. President Trump has repeatedly praised the professionalism and discipline of American service members, calling them the best-trained fighting force in the history of the world. Military analysts note that U.S. forces operate under strict rules of engagement and legal oversight, especially in sensitive regions like West Africa, where cooperation with local governments is essential. The Nigerian government has acknowledged ongoing collaboration with the United States in the fight against insurgency, stressing that extremist violence has been a major cause of suffering in rural communities. Officials emphasized that eliminating militant strongholds is critical for long-term peace, economic recovery, and the safe return of displaced villagers. While concerns have been raised by humanitarian groups calling for transparency, U.S. leaders maintain that confronting armed extremists ultimately protects civilians by preventing future massacres, kidnappings, and attacks. American officials also pointed to ongoing U.S. humanitarian assistance to Nigeria, including food aid, medical support, and development programs aimed at rebuilding affected communities. In Washington, supporters of the Trump-era security doctrine argue that a strong U.S. military presence abroad deters chaos and helps allies stand against violent extremism. They believe that America's willingness to act decisively while reviewing and correcting any mistakes reinforces global stability and demonstrates responsible leadership. As investigations continue, U.S. authorities say they remain committed to working with Nigeria to ensure peace, accountability, and long-term security. The episode underscores America's stated goal: confronting terrorism firmly, supporting allies, and striving to protect innocent lives while maintaining global safety.